Let's be honest. There are things women secretly want from a man, but will never say out loud. Not because they are bad women, not because they are playing some evil game, but because attraction is not always polite, clean, or easy to explain. Folks, most men are stuck listening only to what a woman says she wants, while completely missing what her emotions actually respond to. That is why so many good men lose attraction without understanding why. They are respectful, available, agreeable, and patient, but somehow the spark fades. They ask where she wants to eat, text back instantly, avoid teasing her, say yes to everything, and hide every strong part of themselves because they think being harmless will make her feel safe. But my friend, safe without strength becomes boring. Kindness without direction becomes weak. Attention without purpose becomes cheap. And a woman may never admit this directly, but deep down she often responds to the man who leads calmly, teases warmly, keeps his own life, sets boundaries, and makes her feel emotionally chosen without trying to control her. In this video, I will break down 10 hidden attraction triggers women rarely say out loud. You will learn how to create tension without cruelty, distance without games, strength without aggression, and emotional depth without neediness inside attraction. Stay with me, because once you understand these patterns, you will stop chasing her words and start understanding the deeper psychology behind what truly moves her. Let's get into it. Number 1. Take control without force. Folks, the first hidden trigger is not domination, it is direction. A woman may never say it this way, but deep down she often wants to feel that the man beside her can lead a moment without turning it into a power struggle. She does not want to be pushed, ordered around, or treated like her voice does not matter. That is weakness pretending to be strength. What she responds to is calm certainty. My friend, there is a world of difference between control and leadership. Control says, you must follow me. Leadership says, I know where I am going and you can relax because I am steady. Control creates resistance. Leadership creates trust. Control makes her guard go up. Leadership lets her shoulders drop because she feels you are not asking her to carry the whole emotional weight of the situation. Think about Mark, 52, from Atlanta, and Lisa, 47. They had been seeing each other for a few weeks. Mark was respectful, but at first he kept asking Lisa to decide everything. Where do you want to eat? What time works for you? What do you feel like doing? He thought he was being considerate, but Lisa had spent all week managing employees, helping her daughter with college forms, and taking care of her mother. By Friday night, one more decision felt exhausting. The next time they went out, Mark changed his energy. He did not become bossy, he simply became clear. He said, I made a reservation at a small Italian place downtown. I think you will like it. I will pick you up at 7, and if you prefer to drive yourself, that is fine too. Lisa smiled, not because she lost control, but because she felt relief. He had taken initiative while still giving her respect. That is the balance, folks. A masculine man leads without crushing. He chooses without dismissing. He guides without forcing. He brings structure to the moment, but he does not erase her freedom. That kind of leadership creates subtle attraction because it tells her something deeper. This man is not waiting for me to mother him through every step. He can handle life. And listen carefully. This is not about making every decision. A secure man can ask for her opinion. He can listen. He can adjust. But he does not hide behind endless questions because he is afraid to be wrong. Indecision drains attraction because it makes her feel like she has to become the leader, the planner, the emotional manager, and the safety net all at once. The Stoic frame is simple. Master yourself first, then lead from that mastery. If you are anxious, needy, and desperate for approval, your leadership will feel fake. But if you are calm inside your own body, clear in your values, and willing to take responsibility for a choice, your presence starts to feel different without losing your grounded center. She senses it before you explain it. So take control of the moment, not of the woman. Choose the place, set the plan, speak clearly, move with purpose. If something goes wrong, stay calm and adjust. Do not blame her. Do not panic. Do not ask her to rescue your confidence. Show her that your direction is steady enough for her to soften around it. That is what she secretly wants. Not a tyrant. Not a boy asking permission to breathe. A man with calm hands, a clear mind, and enough certainty to make the moment feel safe. If you are ready to lead without force, write this in the comments. I lead calmly. Stay with me because the next part shows how the right kind of leadership lets her relax into feminine ease. Number 2. Lead her into feminine ease. Folks, once you understand that leadership is not force, you begin to see the deeper reason women respond to it. A woman does not relax because a man is loud. She relaxes because his presence tells her, I can handle this moment without making you carry me. That is feminine ease. It is not weakness. It is not dependence. It is not asking her to shrink herself or become less intelligent, less capable, or less independent. It is the emotional relief she feels when she is beside a man who does not add confusion to her life. He brings order. He brings steadiness. He brings direction without pressure. My friend, many women spend their days in survival mode. They manage work, family, money, expectations, appearance, responsibilities, and endless decisions. They are strong because life has required strength from them, but attraction often begins when she feels she does not have to stay armored every second around you. If your energy is uncertain, she stays in her head. If you need constant reassurance, she becomes your emotional manager. If every plan turns into what do you want, where do you want to go, are you sure is this okay? She may appreciate your kindness, but she will not feel taken into a calmer space. She will feel like another task has been handed to her. The man who leads her into feminine ease does not demand softness. He creates conditions where softness feels safe. Epictetus said, "First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do." That is the heart of masculine leadership. You do not wait for her to tell you how to be a man. You decide the kind of man you are becoming. Calm, clear, responsible, respectful, present. Then your actions begin to match that identity. This shows up in small ways. You confirm the plan instead of floating around. You make a choice instead of hiding behind fear. You speak with a settled voice. You notice when she is overwhelmed and simplify the moment. You do not panic when the restaurant is full, the traffic is bad, or the night changes direction. You adjust without making everything emotional. That is attractive because it gives her nervous system a message. I am with a man who does not collapse under ordinary pressure. And listen carefully. Feminine ease cannot be forced. If you say just relax, you are already missing the point. Ease is invited by your steadiness. It grows when she feels respected, safe, and not judged. It appears when she can laugh, breathe, be playful, and stop defending herself for a while, because your energy does not feel needy or chaotic. This is where many nice men lose their way. They think equality means never leading. They think respect means never deciding. They think being gentle means having no direction. But real respect includes strength. A woman can have a voice and still enjoy your leadership. She can be powerful in her life and still feel drawn to your certainty. She can make her own choices and still appreciate when you create a moment where she can simply enjoy being with you. So do not lead like a tyrant. Lead like a man with emotional gravity. Hold the frame. Make the moment easier, not heavier. Give her room to feel, laugh, and soften without losing respect for herself or for you. When she feels that ease around you, attraction becomes less about what you say and more about who you are. If you are ready to become the kind of man whose presence brings calm, write this in the comments. I bring ease. Stay close, because the next part shows how playful tension can make her feel a spark that plain kindness never creates. Number 3. Tease her with playful tension. Folks, plain kindness is not always enough to create attraction. A woman can appreciate your manners, respect your patience, and still feel no spark. Why? Because attraction needs movement. It needs a little charge, a little surprise, a little emotional rhythm that makes her feel alive around you. That is where playful teasing comes in. My friend, teasing is not insulting her. It is not embarrassing her. It is not using sarcasm to feel superior. That is insecurity wearing a smirk. Real teasing is warm. It carries a smile in the voice. It says, "I am comfortable with you. I am not afraid of your beauty, and I can create tension without making you feel unsafe." Think about Kevin, 51, from Phoenix, and Michelle, 46. Kevin liked Michelle, but every conversation at first sounded like a job interview. He complimented her dress. He agreed with everything. He said, "That is nice, that is great, that sounds wonderful." Michelle was polite, but the energy stayed flat. There was no spark because Kevin was trying so hard not to offend her that he gave her nothing to feel. Then one evening they were meeting for dinner, and Michelle texted that she was running 10 minutes late. The old Kevin would have replied, "No problem at all, take your time," with no personality behind it. But this time he said, "Let me guess, you changed outfits 3 times, and the mirror still lost the argument." Michelle laughed and replied only twice, "Thank you." That small moment changed the mood. It was not cruel. It was not needy. It was playful tension. That is what many men miss. A compliment tells her she looks good. A tease makes her feel seen. It notices her personality, her patterns, her little habits, and it invites her into a dance. When done right, she gets to push back, laugh, pretend to be offended, and feel that light spark of challenge. That spark is often what separates a man she likes from a man she only respects. A man with light tension gives her a feeling she remembers later when the conversation is already over and quiet. But listen carefully, the line is warmth. If your teasing attacks her body, age, insecurities, intelligence, family pain, or past, you have crossed into disrespect. That is not attraction. That is damage. A mature man never wounds a woman just to create a reaction. He teases from affection, not cruelty. He knows when to stop. He reads her face, her tone, her comfort, and her mood. Playful tension also shows confidence. Most men either worship her or withdraw from her. One becomes boring, the other becomes cold. The man who can tease lightly stands in the middle. He is engaged, but not desperate. Interested, but not intimidated. Warm, but not overly careful. That balance makes her feel a masculine presence she cannot get from a man who treats every sentence like a test he might fail. So use teasing like seasoning, not the whole meal. A little is powerful. Too much becomes annoying. Mix it with genuine interest, listening, and respect. Let her feel that being with you is not predictable. Let her wonder what you will say next, because your energy has life in it. Attraction often grows in that space between comfort and challenge. Too much comfort becomes flat. Too much challenge becomes unsafe. But when you bring both together, she feels relaxed and awake at the same time. If you are ready to create spark without cruelty, write this in the comments. I tease warmly. Stay with me, because the next part shows why your attention becomes more powerful when she has to earn a place in your life. Number 4. Make her chase your attention. Folks, attention is one of the most valuable things a man can give. And because it is valuable, it should never be thrown around like loose change. A woman may enjoy your compliments, your fast replies, and your constant availability, but if your attention has no weight, it slowly loses its power. My friend, this is where many good men destroy attraction without knowing it. They think the more attention they give, the more she will value them. So they text first every morning. They answer instantly every time. They cancel plans when she becomes available. They keep the conversation alive even when she puts in little effort. They think they are proving devotion, but what they may be proving is that their life has no center beyond her. That does not create desire. It creates comfort without tension. Now listen carefully, because this must be understood. Making her chase your attention does not mean playing childish games. It does not mean ignoring her on purpose, disappearing to create anxiety, or pretending to be busy while staring at your phone. That is fake scarcity, and women can often feel when a man is performing distance. Real scarcity comes from purpose. When you have a mission, responsibilities, friendships, health, faith, work, and personal standards, your attention naturally becomes more selective. You are not always available because your life is already full. You reply when you can, you show up when it matters, you give warmth, but you do not abandon your entire world just because she entered the room. That balance creates attraction because it tells her something powerful. This man wants me, but he does not need me to feel complete. He is interested but not empty. He has desire but also direction. And that is the kind of masculine energy that makes a woman invest emotionally. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." That is the Stoic root of this lesson. You cannot control whether she chases. You cannot control how much attention she gives. But you can control whether your mind becomes enslaved to her responses. You can control whether your day rises and falls based on one message. When a man stops begging for attention, his attention becomes more attractive. When he stops trying to be chosen every second, his presence becomes calmer. When he has a life that matters, the woman near him begins to feel that his time is not something she owns automatically. It is something she is invited into. That invitation is powerful. If you want to go deeper into this kind of Stoic self-control, consider joining the channel membership. Inside this community, we talk about masculine discipline, emotional independence, boundaries, attraction, and how to become the man who leads his life instead of chasing validation. Because here is the truth, folks. A woman cannot chase what is already lying at her feet. She cannot value attention that arrives without effort, without standards, without timing, and without self-respect. But when your attention is connected to a strong life, she feels the difference. She senses that being close to you means entering a world you have built, not becoming the only reason you exist. So stop flooding her with attention. Give presence when you are present. Give warmth when it is real. Then return to your purpose. Let her wander naturally. Let her invest. Let her step toward you too. Attraction grows when both people feel movement, not when one man carries connection on his back. If you are ready to make your attention valuable again, write in the comments, "I value attention." Stay with me because the next part shows why staying just out of reach can make her desire grow stronger. Number 5. Stay just out of reach. Folks, there is a kind of distance that makes a woman lean in, and there is a kind of distance that makes her walk away. The difference is maturity. Staying just out of reach does not mean disappearing, acting cold, or making her anxious on purpose. That is not masculine. That is insecurity playing games. Real distance comes from a man whose life is full enough that his attention cannot be grabbed every minute. My friend, a woman can feel when your world revolves around her. At first it may flatter her, but after a while, constant availability starts to feel heavy. If you always text first, always answer instantly, always adjust your schedule, and always keep the door open, no matter how little she invests, your attention becomes too easy to predict. And what becomes predictable often loses emotional charge. Think about David, 55, from Dallas, and Karen, 49. David liked Karen, and he wanted to show it. Every morning he sent a long good morning message. During lunch he checked in. At night he asked how her day went. If Karen took 3 hours to reply, David still answered within 30 seconds. He thought consistency would build desire. But Karen slowly became less excited. She was not offended by his kindness. She simply felt no mystery, no space, no pull. Then David changed, but not as a trick. He got serious about his own life. He joined a Saturday cycling group. He started helping his brother renovate a small rental property. He stopped keeping his phone beside him like it was a lifeline. When Karen texted, he replied warmly, but when he was busy, He stayed busy. He did not explain every delay. He did not apologize for having a life. He simply became less available because his time finally had structure. That shift changed the dynamic. Karen began reaching out more. She asked about his weekend. She noticed when he did not check in first. She became curious because David was no longer emotionally standing in front of her door all day waiting to be let in. That is the quiet power of being just out of reach. But listen carefully, this only works when it is real. If you are pretending to be busy while staring at the phone, she will feel the performance. If you withhold attention just to create fear, you are not building attraction, you are building mistrust. A mature woman may feel tension at first, but eventually she will sense the manipulation and pull away. The Stoic man does not fake scarcity. He becomes valuable by living with purpose. He has work to finish, health, to protect friends, to see faith, to strengthen and goals that matter. His attention is warm, but it is not cheap. His presence is real, but it is not constant. That balance creates desire, because she feels she is entering a life that already has direction. So stay just out of reach by refusing to abandon yourself. Do not be so far away that she feels unwanted. Do not be so close that she feels you have no center. Let there be room for her to miss you, wonder about you, and move toward you. Desire often grows in that space when she knows you care, but she also knows you are not waiting helplessly. She feels the attraction because your life has gravity, not because you are trying to make her chase again. If you are ready to protect your time and make your presence valuable, write this in the comments. I stay centered. Stay with me because the next part shows why a controlled edge makes your masculine presence feel deeper, stronger, and harder to forget. Number 6. Reveal your controlled dark edge. Folks, every man has a softer side, and he should. Kindness matters, patience matters, respect matters. But if all a woman feels from you is softness, agreement, and harmlessness, something important disappears from the attraction. She may feel comfortable with you, but she may not feel that masculine charge that makes her pay attention. My friend, this is where the idea of a controlled dark edge comes in. It does not mean being cruel. It does not mean being threatening, reckless, or emotionally unsafe. That is not masculine strength. That is a boy with poor control. A real edge is a sense that you have power inside you, but you are disciplined enough not to misuse it. That is what creates polarity. She feels your warmth, but she also feels your backbone. She sees your kindness, but she also sees that disrespect will not be tolerated. She knows you can be gentle with her, but not weak in the world. You are not looking for conflict yet. You are not afraid of it. You are calm but not passive, peaceful but not powerless. Many men try to become attractive by removing every rough edge. They never disagree. They never challenge anything. They laugh at behavior they should correct. They hide their intensity because they think intensity will scare her away. But when a man erases all his fire, he also erases the part of himself that feels alive. He becomes pleasant, predictable, and forgettable. Controlled edge means you have fire, but the fire has a fireplace. It gives warmth. It gives light. It does not burn down the house. Seneca said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." That is the key. The attractive part is not the darkness. It is the mastery. Any man can lose his temper. Any man can raise his voice. Any man can act hard. But the man who could react and chooses restraint, who could dominate a conversation and chooses respect, who could become cold and chooses clarity, that man carries real power. This shows up in small moments. Someone speaks to you with disrespect and you do not explode. You look at them calmly and say, "Do not speak to me that way." A plan changes suddenly and you do not beg for approval. You adjust and keep your frame. A woman tests your patience and you do not become desperate or angry. You stay grounded, but she can feel that your calm has limits. That is magnetic because it makes her feel two things at once: safe and curious. Safe because your control protects the room. Curious because your depth tells her there is more to you than easy smiles and agreeable words. But listen carefully. Never use darkness as a performance. Do not pretend to be dangerous. Do not act mysterious by being rude. Do not confuse emotional distance with depth. A controlled edge is not costume masculinity. It comes from facing your pain, your anger, your past, your hunger and your pride, then putting those forces under discipline. A mature man does not deny his shadow. He trains it. He turns anger into boundaries. He turns desire into focus. He turns pain into wisdom. He turns intensity into presence. That is why his energy feels different. He is not harmless. He is honorable. And that is what she rarely says out loud. She does not want a reckless man. She wants a man strong enough to be dangerous, but disciplined enough to be safe. If you are ready to master your edge, write this in the comments. I control fire. Stay with me because the next part shows why ignoring her just enough can make your attention feel more powerful. Number 7. Ignore her just enough. Folks, there is a difference between ignoring a woman to punish her and giving her enough space to feel your absence. One is manipulation, the other is self-respect. And if you do not understand that difference, you will either become too cold or too available. My friend, constant attention feels good for a moment, but it can become emotional noise. If you answer every message immediately, explain every move, chase every change in her mood, and make yourself available at all hours, you are not creating desire. You are training her to believe your presence is guaranteed, and what feels guaranteed often stops feeling precious. Think about Robert, 56, from Chicago, and Angela, 50. Robert was a good man, but he had a habit of hovering. If Angela sounded quiet, he sent 3 messages asking if she was okay. If she took a while to reply, he checked again. If she seemed distant, he tried harder. He thought he was showing care, but Angela started feeling like every emotion she had became his emergency. She did not feel pursued. She felt watched. Then Robert changed his approach. Not by becoming rude, not by disappearing, and not by acting like he did not care. He simply stopped making Angela the center of every hour. When she texted during his workout, he finished his workout first. When he was having dinner with his daughter, he left his phone in the car. When Angela became a little quiet, he did not chase her mood. He gave her space, stayed kind, and kept his own emotional balance. That shift changed everything. Angela began reaching out. She asked what he had been doing. She noticed his absence because it was not angry absence, it was grounded absence. Robert had not pulled away to hurt her. He had simply stopped abandoning himself to monitor her. That is what ignoring her just enough means. It means you do not reward low effort with unlimited pursuit. You do not treat every delayed reply like a crisis. You do not keep pouring attention into a connection where she is giving crumbs. You stay warm, but you stop chasing the air. And listen carefully. This is not permission to be neglectful. A mature man does not create confusion on purpose. If you care, show care. If you make plans, follow through. If she needs real support, be present. But presence is different from obsession. Support is different from emotional babysitting. Love is different from losing yourself. A woman feels more attraction when she senses that your world continues, even when she is not in the center of it. That does not mean she wants to be ignored completely. It means she wants to feel that your attention is real, valuable, and connected to a man with purpose. When your life has direction, she cannot consume all of your time, and that makes the time you do give feel stronger. So, ignore her just enough by staying loyal to your own life. Let her wonder sometimes. Let her miss the sound of your voice. Let her feel that you are present when you choose to be present, not because you are desperate for permission. That space creates emotional tension, and tension can create desire when it is held with maturity. The key is balance. Too much distance creates doubt. Too much availability creates boredom. But the right distance says, I care, I am steady, and I will not lose myself just to keep your attention. If you are ready to protect your attention without playing games, write this in the comments. I choose balance. Stay with me because the next part shows why telling her no calmly can make her respect you more. Number 8. Tell her no calmly. Folks, one of the strongest things a man can do is also one of the simplest. He can say no without anger, without guilt, and without needing permission to protect his own standards. My friend, many men think saying yes is how they keep attraction alive. Yes to last-minute plans. Yes to disrespectful tones. Yes to emotional drama. Yes to changing their schedule, values, and boundaries just to avoid disappointing her. They believe constant agreement makes them loving. But after a while, a woman does not feel devotion from that. She feels weakness. A woman may not say this out loud, but she often respects the man who can stand calmly in his answer. Not because he is harsh, not because he wants control, but because his no tells her he is not ruled by fear. He is not afraid of her mood. He is not begging for approval. He has a spine, and that spine makes his yes mean something too. If your yes is automatic, it has no weight. If you agree to everything, she cannot tell where your values begin. But when you can say, no, that does not work for me, or no, I am not comfortable with that, or no, I will not be spoken to, that way you reveal self-respect. And self-respect is one of the deepest foundations of attraction. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it." That is the Stoic foundation of boundaries. A man with principle does not bend every time emotions rise in the room. He does what is right even when approval is not guaranteed. He speaks what is true even when comfort would be easier. And listen carefully. Saying no calmly is not about winning an argument. It is not about punishing her. It is not about making her feel small. The power is in your calm. If you shout your no, you look controlled by emotion. If you apologize for your no like you committed a crime, you look controlled by fear. But when you say it simply, respectfully, and firmly, your energy changes the entire dynamic without losing your grounded masculine presence inside. No, I already made plans tonight. No, I am not going to argue over text. No, I care about you, but I will not accept disrespect. No, I need time to think before I answer. These are not cruel statements. They are adult statements. They tell her you can love without surrendering your center. This matters because some people test boundaries, not always consciously, but naturally. They push a little to see if the door opens. They ask for more to see if you will abandon yourself. They bring pressure to see if your standards are real. When you fold every time, you teach them that your boundaries are decoration. When you stay calm, you teach them that your peace has a gate. A mature woman will not hate a healthy boundary. She may challenge it in the moment, but deeper down she can feel the strength behind it. It makes her safer because a man who can say no to her can also say no to chaos, temptation, weakness, and outside pressure. So stop fearing the word no. Say it with respect. Say it with steadiness. Say it without explaining your soul for 20 minutes. Let your boundary be clean. A man who cannot say no will eventually resent the yes he keeps giving. If you are ready to hold your boundaries calmly, write this in the comments. I stand firm. Stay close, because the next part shows how deep emotional certainty can make her feel chosen, safe, and connected. Number 9. Claim her heart emotionally. Folks, there is a level of attraction that goes beyond teasing, distance, and mystery. At some point, a woman does not only want to feel excited by you, she wants to feel chosen by you, not controlled, not possessed, not trapped. Chosen in a way that makes her nervous system exhale and her heart say, "This man sees me." My friend, this is what emotional claiming really means. It is not about owning her body, her time, or her freedom. A weak man tries to possess a woman because he is afraid of losing her. A strong man creates such depth, trust, and presence that she naturally wants to give him more of her heart. Think about James 54 from Charlotte and Rebecca 48. Rebecca had dated men who gave her compliments, bought dinners and chased attention, but most of them only wanted the attractive version of her. They liked her smile, they liked her confidence, they liked how she looked across a table. But when she talked about her fears, her past divorce, her worries about getting older, or the pressure of caring for her father, they changed the subject or gave shallow advice. James was different. He did not rush to fix her. He listened. He remembered details. When Rebecca told him that Sundays were hard because they reminded her of her old family routine, he did not make fun of it. A week later, he simply said, "Sundays can get heavy for you, right?" That one sentence reached deeper than any compliment. She felt seen, not studied, held, not handled. That is how a man claims a woman emotionally. He becomes a place where her guarded side can finally rest. He shows consistency when excitement fades. He protects her trust when nobody is watching. He speaks clearly about where he stands, instead of leaving her guessing. He lets her feel his desire, but he also lets her feel his steadiness. And listen carefully, emotional claiming requires responsibility. Do not make a woman feel chosen if you are not willing to be honest. Do not create deep attachment while living like a boy who wants options without accountability. That is not masculine. That is selfishness dressed up as charm. A woman may be drawn to tension, but she opens deeply to safety. She may enjoy the chase, but she bonds with the man who makes her feel secure without becoming boring. The rare man can do both. He can create spark and still create trust. He can tease her, lead her, challenge her, and still make her feel emotionally protected. This is where many men fail. They think being mysterious means never giving clarity. They think being masculine means never showing warmth. But a woman cannot surrender her heart to confusion forever. At some point, she needs to know that your attention is not just entertainment. It has meaning. So claim her heart through presence. When you are with her, be fully there. Look beyond the surface. Notice what she does not say. Keep your word. Speak with depth. Let her know she is desired, but never make desire feel cheap. Make her feel like she has a place in your world, not as your possession, but as someone you value with intention. That kind of emotional certainty creates devotion, not because you demanded it, but because you earned it. When a woman feels safe, seen, desired, and respected by a man with strength, she stops wondering where she stands. She feels it. If you are ready to create depth, not confusion, write this in the comments. I choose deeply. Stay with me because the final part shows how self-mastery turns you into the man she truly craves. Number 10. Become the man she craves. Folks, at the end of all this, the real secret is not a line, a trick, or some move you can copy. The real secret is the man you become. Because a woman may feel drawn to your leadership, your teasing, your distance, your edge, your boundaries and emotional depth, but those things fall apart if they are not rooted in self-mastery. My friend, she does not crave a man who studies attraction like a desperate student trying to pass an exam. She craves the man who has become attractive because his life has weight. He leads because he has direction. He teases because he has confidence. He gives space because he has purpose. He says no because he has standards. He creates emotional safety because he has learned to govern himself. That is the deeper layer most men miss. They try to borrow the behaviors without building the foundation. They try to act less available, but their mind is still needy. They try to sound confident, but their spirit is still begging for approval. They try to show an edge, but they have not mastered their anger. They try to claim her heart, but they cannot even keep promises to themselves. And women feel that gap. A woman can sense when your strength is real and when it is only performance. She can feel whether your silence comes from purpose or insecurity. She can tell whether your boundaries come from self-respect or resentment. She may not explain it logically, but her body, her emotions, and her instincts will respond to difference. So, if you want to become the man she craves, stop starting with her. Start with your own life. Build a body you respect. Build a routine that sharpens you. Build money habits that give stability. Build friendships that keep you grounded. Build faith, purpose, and discipline strong enough that one woman's mood cannot knock you off your path. The more centered you become, the more your presence begins to carry natural force, not loud force, quiet force. The kind of force that enters a room without begging to be noticed. The kind that makes your words slower, your eyes steadier, your decisions cleaner, and your attention more valuable. The kind that lets a woman feel desire without feeling danger, safety without boredom, connection without neediness, and challenge without disrespect. That is why Stoicism belongs in attraction. The Stoic man is not attractive because he suppresses emotion. He is attractive because emotion does not own him. Desire can rise, but he does not become desperate. Rejection can happen, but he does not collapse. A woman can be beautiful, difficult, warm, distant, playful, or uncertain, and he still remains rooted in himself. That rootedness is what makes everything else work. Your leadership becomes trustworthy. Your teasing becomes playful instead of insecure. Your distance becomes healthy instead of manipulative. Your edge becomes controlled instead of reckless. Your no becomes calm instead of angry. Your emotional depth becomes steady instead of clingy. This is the man she rarely says she wants but often feels when he appears. A man who is warm but not weak, bold but not careless, gentle but not passive, desired but not desperate. A man who can awaken her feminine side without trying to own her. A man who can create tension, comfort, curiosity, and trust because he is not acting from emptiness. So become the source, not the strategy. Become the man whose life already has fire before she enters it. Become the man whose attention feels earned, whose presence feels safe, and whose self-command makes desire feel natural. That is the man she craves. Not because he controls her, but because he controls himself completely. Folks, remember this. The real power of attraction is not about tricks, manipulation, or pretending to be someone you are not. It is about becoming a man with calm leadership, playful confidence, healthy distance, controlled strength, firm boundaries, and deep emotional presence. When you master yourself, your energy changes. You stop chasing approval. You stop giving your attention away too easily. You stop acting from neediness, and you begin to move with purpose, discipline, and quiet masculine confidence. If you want to go deeper into Stoic masculinity, female psychology, emotional control, attraction boundaries, and self-mastery, consider joining the channel membership. Your support helps this community grow and keeps these lessons coming. And if this video gave you value, make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell so you never miss the next lesson. Thank you for watching, my friend. Stay strong, stay grounded, and I will see you in the next video.